was a very TV and Abasana like no comment and no share money outside the NDC now. Yako Yense Mono who's John Dramani Mahama, flag bearer of NDC and the former president. Or the Enzemia Wakutu Jamra will share a youth, Ghanaian youth, or say or more NDC for or more launching or more youth manifesto, no coin, no bookum. I mean, some of the two Janibino. And they say, if first year students of universities and tertiary institutions, no, almost your school fees, they free. Now, a month for you, and some man, get chair by Nanya some copa. Or man or Marco come on some more. I've remembered TV soon radio to need be so man, waiting a man, some fee Canadian, some George, Canadian. And youth organizer, or Parado, and also the number baby. We are, was say, tertiary universities in so there's a tertiary institutions in we also was a technical universities in Kano. They say you name the person much. Now, I saw the number, Utukono, also the number, and I got for blast of money as a motor marvel. You go to time, will be a Canadian. You'll be a kind, you see 2 million years, you'll be a the hour kind. If we are Ghana for so, I reply on the mount, that's a bad thing. I better not feel you could George or Pariado
to actually now pay for the academic user fees for the first year students in tertiary education. Maybe first we can get some understanding of the general rules around it. So it will be the academic user fees, not the residential user fees, and it will be for all first year students in government-run tertiary institutions. Is that correct?
Public universities.
Public universities. Okay. So does that include the technical universities as well?
No, currently it's for the public universities. The technical universities are not part, but going forward.
I want for Timothy. Technical universities in Kano. Public universities, technical universities in Kano. Or Pariado na Kanye. Where one factor no Kanye in their two. If you go to yes, I'm JV. And also the hour or the two.
Buy my TV. But on your video.
If you are going to a public tertiary institution, nursing training, college of education, university, polytechnic,
so if
and
it's
let the
free for
NCS
everyone,
see that it is not possible, we would show that, we would demonstrate that it is possible.
I'm for something. And organize and also can say technical universities in count. Some will say all universities, let's say all universities, including technical universities. And they say, Parado also say technical universities in town. Even fees, you know, so crown, ayo Utukono, as I have catch it there, and you're free, and you loan near the mouth, but say, who piad and the end. Now, some judges so quite now, will be sure so. As a back, a friend is a good saying. Now, on also in more the buy no. NDC for pa, I said, Mama, come on. Now, if you want to meet them, to cry again. Or if you could do some Georgians, so young could good.
Midwifery training colleges, your colleges of education. Are they not?
So we'll get to all of that in the conversation.
Yeah, but you have to tell us. And
we've said public universities. No, you see, Obi, like I've said to you, public universities.
Yes.
It's stated there clearly.
And the technical universities are public universities.
We know what public universities are.
What?
A university, the traditional public universities.
Sure.
And then the polytechnics.
Yeah, which are now technical.
Converted under the NDC.
Yes.
To technical universities.
Yes.
Those are public universities.
In the technical universities, Eka promise way.
They're part of public universities.
No, Unim said the MME Busa Sahane said there is some level of confusion in the communication.
No, there's no confusion.
No.
The confusion is in the mind of the MPP.
No.
And you are not part of the MPP, so don't have confusion. Don't have confusion in your mind.
I'm not paying.
We are MPP.
I'm not paying.
It's only MPP for now. We are
Tobo. I'm not paying. I listen to the national youth organizer of the NDC on Joy Super Morning Show, making the point that technical universities are not part of this promise now. They are not.
I'm saying
And Mibusa said,
that
are you
I'm
sure
saying
they
to
are
you
part?
that all public universities have been factored. If you look at the 300,000,
Yes.
the 300,000 number we give, you spoke to EduWatch.
Mhm.
When you spoke to EduWatch, they gave you a similar number.
Based for public university, almost say 125,000 in the 2022-2023 academic year.
If you look at all, including technical universities, 300,000. And that's what I used to do my mathematics to get 600 million, which is $37.5 million, which is less than the NHIA's ICT budget for 1 year. So I'm saying to you that even if we included all of them, it is not something that is beyond the government of Ghana.
What happens to them after the first year? What happens
Oh,
to
I explained.
For someone who be a wound or never, some visit all universities. Your pariado say technical universities in count what was the tino clear. Some judges also tianum say all universities. Who's the Obi referred no say or pariado kind or joy. That's the previous VBIT. Let's just say or monocrano as I some no one can say nantana same drinking who say I said or mubijina simply no so na some kasa a cow man no jatum no jano. To the extent that one kasa communication is consistent. That means so it's possible that them come on that president, former president, your mama be jina on the they were on no cartoon. So what I say next, you man have head in India communicators no. So what I say, hey, serious. Now I took one on so I got joy and or can this particular fees first year students tertiary school fees here in Ghana for want
to be conservative because mostly the school fees varies and averagely is around 2,500. And so if you do the costing, averagely you'll be looking at around 250 million to 300 million, which comes to about some $20 million. So you are looking at $20 million. And so that one is there. The source is replete.
How are you paying?
We have Get Fund. Last year, Get Fund was supposed to accrue 7.9 billion Ghana cedi. The 7.9 billion Ghana cedi, 3.9 was allocated to education. The rest, they claim is being collateralized. And so what we are going to do is to decollateralize the 4 billion, or as it were, restructure the collateralization of 4 billion, decap the 3.9 billion that we are supposed to allocate, so that we would be able to make in more resources for this. You are paying 300 million, and you have a fund that is about 7.9 billion worth. It shouldn't be a problem. Annual inflow of 7.9 billion. That should be an easy thing.
So the sole
Get Fund alone.
So the sole source as of now is Get Fund.
So Get Fund alone can solve this. But even granted that Get Fund is not available, we believe that if we are able to streamline government's expenditure, we would be able to make a lot of resources available for this. For example, let me give you some details of the allocation that we give to pre-tertiary education. So the pre-tertiary education allocation, which you just displayed on your screen, are you aware that 96% of that amount goes into free SHS? And are you aware that out of the 96% that goes into free SHS, 70% goes into food, buying food for the schools? And are you aware that 70%, the contrast for the supply of the food, goes to less than 10 people in this country who buy all the food and distribute across the country? And I'm sure yesterday you heard President Mahama announce that the feeding of the schools will be sent back to the schools, so that it will be a way of re-engineering and reactivating the local economy of the areas where the schools are built. And so all those are things that when we structure very well, it will be able to release more resources to do the work that we are going to do.
Now let's
I want for something. So you should Get Fund and the other and meanwhile the news and Get Fund or and no cassetia free SHS. Who's there? I don't know. I'm say free SHS now. I top pressure mom na mom kike kasa. Free SHS not to pressure mom no dey because mom was there. I didn't free SHS na MPP for na the air radio. Then also some super bibia on. Ha. But still na dey them fa. You get. So nya wa so who's your medical be claim say free SHS on no start here. I'm fat. I'm talking Ghana for trim. Ghana for antwe amoma na da wo no. Afi omo say ne omo so ba be a tertiary. First years no free years. I mean, besides that, it's omu tra first year no more second year no be omo den. Besides, can class are you loan. Me was student loans so hard. Doctor because of Dr. Mamu Bamia and then I have for student loan for now Saka. Hey, Uncle Foy, and Dr. Mamu Bamia idea of loan no. Our man I for a mobile team no more idea on it or more almost more coining in different way because say and yet free as in free to say the free just say free no. I am bossing this particular to go no ya and a bit chilly. I am bossing my mother ball, my phone. Loan is a loan. To be here. I'm not going to go take Ghana for comments. Yeah, I'm going to be saying you knew Get Fund could provide the funding for pro-poor educational policies. However, you deputized Mahama to spend millions on commercials against free SHS policies. Sir, Ghanaians have seen you, pa. You get no money say Get Fund or honor. And no mu a year 19 commercials against free SHS. Me want say Get Fund with me free SHS. And they more by catch somebody Get Fund ba be sa particular more policy na munti minchiri masa ko fa ba na munti minchiri mo. Are they the same students JM said they were engineers in exams malpractice? Yes. Ayo free SHS nkwala na ese omeko university no. E no say ento abama no. The top man na obe ma ko university level 100 free no no. Say okra no say omu wie exams mi to ma bombon no. Omo ano so de omo ko tertiary free no. Ano ka say Ghana for refi. And be the statement we lied during campaign period about to honor. Why can't Ghanaians accept to continue to pay the 1% COVID-19 levy renamed as a dedicated source of fund for a laudable policy? Okay, we say they still don't like the free SHS. He is not happy more money is going there. Let's be wise or they will cancel this free SHS. And they are not correct. Was Get Fund not there when Mahama cancelled teachers and nurses training allowance? Hey, me see, it's all the Ghana for the Agora home. So be a best show, Kuruman. Also, I feel the NDC for policies in Enco because Ghana funny Jenny the end is so him. Or one year, but say Jenny one is with him. Or more documentation politics in the same trim. So, who? To me, I'm fat. It's not done attacks at the attempt. No, but Yama Lake Moody, guy, Bine, Casa, did they talking on the top of their voices as almost Casa Papa Biama. Was Get Fund not there when Mahama said he will never use 2 billion Ghana for free SHS? Hey, mom, me say I feel we must so your best. Most of you now, the Ghanaians will play it back to you. Amount 2 facts. Yeah, twice was Get Fund not there when Mahama was paying 3 months' salary to nurses and teachers who have worked for 3 years? Not Get Fund in the one. Today, he is desperate for power so he can combine free SHS to free tertiary. Mahama Ghanaians don't have short memory like you described as we get. Who can sell for 2 billion free SHS? Who need that? Sana okay, Ghana for okay. Teacher training allowance, mutual, not Get Fund or next for year, you 3 years, mutual more 3 months. Any teachers, mutual more 3 months. 3 months, not Get Fund or and then wow, who can say free SHS and then what say over combine over maintain free SHS as are the free tertiary. Who can say the Google man? The long talk is not necessary. Majority of Ghanaians judge you by your past record and all transits. We can't trust GO1. You get government officer 1. I know I join GO1. Money mama kana na say play back to you. Ghana for them short memory ade na mukana. Like what Ghana for nyansa mo mani bia ma o say. First say oh, the atwa mu. But mujo the money Mahama baba ye short memory nti. The Ghana for say any the kind nyina be mo say adwen no e wure mfi ade esa. Na ya na je ne ya na eje mu. What I say eje mu ma ne ko. Na mo say ye mu favor na eje mama na ko no. Mo me eje mu ma ne nko dia. Any well, yeah, bakai. Talk is free and cheap. It is not NDC who said to the public that anything free, not good, and it is a scam. NDC, that's why I say doing KTSL illiteracy is more better than free SHS. You see, more na more be catch yo. Say ade be ye free bi anfa so ni so. Enye no kora enye papa e scam. Ene mo the free tertiary ba. Hey, me say Ghana for what kind rough. Okay, only fools will not understand this. Very simple. Some can be the attempt. It's straight up. The relevance of free SHS is forcing them to make promises of freebies. You get free SHS pressure, no? And I'm this promise of no. Haha. NDC wants to ride on freebies to win the election because they couldn't convince Ghanaians about they bringing free SHS. Nanado has been vindicated even in government. The battle is still the loss. You get when you're free government too, when you're free abaimu. As well, free SHS no have indicated now. We would year one advertising. No gainsaying the fact that this policy is based on a whimsical promise of desperate politicians. What? Ghana, Ghana. Oh, those who are defending what the NDCs are saying, what did you tell us when Nana said he will introduce free SHS? Also, hall fees, hostel fees, faculty fees, developmental fees, and SRC fees. How would they pay these fees because they are not part of the academic fees? I'm on Fire TV Ghana. I'll switch out comment section about my crowd.